Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we have something a little different for our unboxings. The UX16 Clock Mirage Random Booster. Now, this should be all three of them, so we're going to get up-close looks at all of the different versions. Take a look at its parts and see if they're all the same inside the box, or if they have something a little different. And then testing only one of the colors, as they should perform the same if they have the same combos. So, just going to move two over and quickly get into the box so we can take a look. Okay, up first is our first look at our 965 ratchet. Looks to be in a different color. As you can see in the box, they were advertising this pink, so it looks like it might just be the same with different colorations. Okay, first look at the black version. So this is the one I was actually excited about. This is kind of our original Twisted Tempo coloration. This is not going to be the main one for Clock Mirage, but it looks great. This is probably the one I'm going to be using the most. The faces are different as well, having the two hands of the clock with a nice blue accent swish. The circular blade feels a little thin, but honestly not as bad as I was expecting it to be. And then we have this nice tall bit coming down to the ratchet, which putting it on kind of gives it a really weird height. And then of course with a bowl, so this might just be the same, all the same parts with different colors, so that you should have a lot of options for different ball bits. And here is our first look at the, what I would call, Twisted Tempo coloration of Clock Mirage. I'm not excited about the super big height with this, I don't know what you would call this, crown coming down from the bottom of Clock Mirage. But, of course, that's what the battle testing is for. Apparently, this is supposed to be a really good combo, so we're going to test it out. Maybe, as this is a stamina type, maybe this will give Wand Wizard actual competition for once. So we're going to put this off to the side and move on to the next one. As I said, this should be all of the individual colors. So just going to move on to number 2. Alright, so here is our second color. This vibrant translucent pink with a yellow accent. This one also looks kind of nice. Has the green spiral, pink hands of the clock, lime green undertone with the white 965. It feels kind of awkward putting this on there, like it doesn't want to line up perfectly. And then a purple ball bit. Not the best overall color combination. I do like the pink and yellow a little bit more than I thought it would. It kind of looks a little bit more red on the camera, but does kind of have a rose coloration in person. And I'm sure if you were going to pick up any of these for the cheaper, it would be this one. I do like the vibrancy of it, but so far, Twisted Tempo is my favorite. We're going to start off with the ratchet. And almost, I would say you could mix and match it. You have this, the translucent pink again, almost the same as the one for this bay. I think it would be a better combo, color combo actually, just to show you. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better than the white does. We'll keep them as they should for now. Let's see what color bit they gave us. Okay, again, so this yellow almost feels like it should have gone to this one because they matched the color so well on the black Twisted Tempo version. I mean, if they already had these parts in the rotation, that just looks more correct to me. Pink, yellow, yellow, pink, yellow. So we'll see what this one looks like. Okay. This one's nice too. It looks, on the box, it looks more green-ish, or at least it did to me in pictures. But this is a nice deep blue, like a dark navy with the blue highlights. Seeing it in person, I actually like this a lot more than I thought I would. Now the pink makes more sense now that you have the pink swoosh. Nice kind of cyan teal. Yeah, and then the yellow. Still wouldn't put the yellow on here. I'd probably put the purple on here just because it's darker. And just for the sake of it, that's what I'll do for now. And then yellow, yellow. So here we have our three. I think in order of appearance, as they all have the same parts, they're going to perform the same. I know it's a homage bay, but I really like this version, the black, but the gray. It's just nice, simple, and clean. So I would probably say this one's my favorite for now. The original, I say for Clock Mirage, would be the second. Still would like to switch these out with other ones. And then, of course, this would be least favorite. Still much nicer than I expected it from pictures, but still. So, as this is a random booster and they have the same parts, we're just going to take these to the stadium. Probably only one. And just switch out colors between battles so everyone can see what they look like as they're spinning, just for appearance sake. So I will see you all in a moment when we test out Clock Mirage in the stadium. And now back to the battle round where we are testing our Clock Mirages up against a series of competitors, starting with our newest Hasbro CX Bay Wriggle Kraken with Slash, 385, and Ball. Our Soul Eclipse in Smash with Wheel, 560, and Hexa. For the attack combo, of course, Shark Scale, 450 level. And then the top of the stamina, at the moment, Wizard Rod, 160 Hexa. As I said, because all of these combos are going to be the same, we're going to be switching colors between different opponents just to make it interesting. But all of the battles should more or less be the same. Starting off the match, we have Wriggle Kraken and our black Clock Mirage. 3, 2, 1. I did that one a little harder, and you can see Clock Mirage is very stable. Despite its weird shape, it's keeping its balance very well against our Wriggle Kraken, even though it's not too different. It has a little bit of wobble just because of the small peppering attacks. But it looks very good, very much reminiscent of the Twisted Tempo that it was based off of from Metal Fight. That is 1 point. We're going again. 3, 2, 1. I know when Clock Mirage was teased, everyone was really concerned about its shape, but it looks really good so far. My only concern is the really high ratchet, which is why I threw in Shark Scale. Even though I doubt we're going to see anything surprising. If you have a bay that hits hard enough on that ratchet, it's just going to burst, is my assumption. But with the extra height, it compares up to CX bays. It has nice deflection with its circular shape. And it looks like because of ball, it's has very good stamina. So far, very pleased. Wriggle Kraken was the best of the CX space for Hasbro thus far, and got a lot of good points on our battle round testing for it. But it's not getting any points on Clock Mirage. 3, 2, 1. We're at 3-0. Clock Mirage landing kind of on the slant, but it's not tipping. It's just pushing its way to the middle where it wants to be, dominating the stadium. And Wriggle Kraken's almost out. Looks like an easy pickup win for our Clock Mirage. So seeing how we are switching opponents, we're going to be switching the color. Its opponent is our Wizard Rod. And just for fun, we are going to be using the pink and yellow combo for Clock Mirage. 3, 2, 1. Now this is the one I'm really excited about because Hexa Rod has just found its way back up to the #1 combo in terms of the newest battle data that we have thus far. I mean, but you can see it. Clock Mirage is still standing strong. Wizard Rod already starting to falter. That's 1 point for Mirage. Going to go again. Of course, we're going to be doing more testing, but it looks like this thing is poised to take the newest stamina meta point. I mean, if you can find a way to fix its, my, again, potential worry about the bursting, this thing can easily take #1 spot if it's taking out Hexa Wizard this easily, if it's consistent with its points. Well, that's the 2nd point for Clock Mirage. Going again, 3, 2, 1. The circular shapes are just deflecting off of each other the entire time. But Wizard is shaking, or starting to. Clock Mirage looks like it can still keep going. Points, and I just want to do a quick comparison really quick in terms of their sizes. You can see, there we go, the metal ring for Wizard is much, I wouldn't say much, but it is considerably bigger, thicker than Clock Mirage. But I think it's these ridges that are really helping out with this deflection. Kind of like, again, how it was with Twisted Tempo, but it was a much thicker metal blade that made it essentially indestructible. And so far, even with the smaller, thinner blade, it's looking like it's holding up to its original reputation. So far, doing a clean sweep, 4-0 with Wriggle Kraken. And it looks like we might do the same with Wizard Rod. There we go. Another point. And the second victory goes to Clock Mirage. Now, just to not sing its praises too much, we're going to be using our attack combo and our, oh, there we go, and our deep blue Clock Mirage. I feel like I know where this is going. The size of Shark Scale with the 450 ratchet. It's just going to get under it, probably burst it. The only thing I can see is if Clock Mirage can avoid it, kind of like in some of our other testings. It's being thrown around aggressively, but it's hanging in there. But I really worry about that size difference. Of course, it has ball, so it's staying nice and smooth even on the slopes. So that's 1 point. Going again on a flat launch, 3, 2, 1. It's taking a lot of direct ratchet hits too, and it's not bursting, which is very surprising to see. Another spin out point for Mirage. 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, if there was going to be a burst, I would have been right there with that extreme dash. Mirage just dodging it now at this point, playing with the shark. Oh, there was our first burst, so it is now, what, 2-2? Which is good. We needed to see Mirage lose one battle at least. Otherwise, I would have started thinking something was off. 3, 2, 1. Now you see Mirage riding the rail a little bit. 3-2. Alright, this could be it. Another flat launch, going to go a little harder this time. 3, 2, 1. What's interesting is you see Mirage not staying just in the middle ring, moving to the outside as well, gliding over it. It has really nice movement. That's a 4th pickup. So our 3rd victory for Clock Mirage. And now we'll just start off with our Deep Navy up against our Soul Eclipse with Hexa instead of Wall Ball being the difference from the last testing. I'm seeing if the combination of wheel and smash is enough to stop the stamina of Clock Mirage. So far, it doesn't look like it's doing it. The tilt, Clock Mirage is trying to get under Soul Eclipse. Soul Eclipse stabilizing the middle, but starting to wobble. So we're going to see either a scrape or a spin out very, very shortly. There we go. And it's recovering. Okay. So that really... the really tall and narrow design of Clock Mirage is allowing it to tilt that aggressively and not scrape. I think might be another reason why this blade is a little thinner. It's very interesting. All right, let's try it again. 3, 2, 1. Okay, there was a burst. So Eclipse got 2 points. Three, two, one. Eclipse is struggling. It was knocked off balance. Maybe Hexa wasn't the best tip for this, but so far it's 2-2. I'm sorry, 2-2. We're gonna switch the colors. Three, two, one. We're gonna try to do this last battle with our black version. 3, 2, 1. Alright, we might see that aggressive tilt again, as we did in the first match. There we go. We'll see if it can recover with its cone shape, allowing it to go. That's an aggressive tilt. It's almost perfectly vertical at that point. Three to three. If I had to guess what the tilt or what that shape is for, Clock Mirage's unusual cone shape, it has to be for that tilting. There's no other way, unless it's also just to help it spin and keep its balance. But I can see how that tilting would help it stay alive in later matches. Because once you start scraping, you're almost as good as done. And that's it. Okay, I think we're just going to go back to the desk for final thoughts. And so, our Clock Mirage. Actually, I want to do something really quick. I'm going to get the scale, just because I'm curious to see how much this thing weighs. It's not bad. See if the other ones are the same. 44, this one. Okay, 0.16. Okay, so about 44 grams for each. Which, again, isn't bad considering just how thin this blade is. You don't have a lot of material either. I guess they're trying to keep or make up for it with this extra bit down here. But, as you saw, I mean, it gave up 2 bursts, but it had a clean sweep. It won all of its matches. It beat Wizard Rod 160 Hexa 4-0. I think this is it. I think Clock Mirage Twisted Tempo is back. Maybe dethroning it. I would be very curious to see in the coming months how it does in tournaments. Because we just saw how good it is in battle. And I think this is definitely going to be going in the deck. The only thing, and I say this as my only nitpick, apparently because of its shape in the special ratchet, you can only use the half sizes. So this is 95. I'm sorry, 65. You can only use some with that. River Kraken being 85. So it cuts down a little bit of the customization options, as they just won't fit regular size ones in here. But if you had to nerf it a little bit, that's fine. I think they had to do something to keep this thing from being completely broken. I'm very surprised on how good this thing is. And we're going to be doing a lot of customizations on this, trying to see what the best combo is, given our very limited selection on the ratchets. Maybe try that 85 out from River Kraken. But yeah, what do you guys think about Clock Mirage? I mean, given not all the colors are perfect, but it's a random booster. There's only 3 of them. You can get them out Mall of Toys, I think, for 12, 16 bucks. 12 to 16, I think, is what they're currently going for. So definitely a top pick. I mean, there's no way around it. If you can pick this one up, do it and test it. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised if you haven't done this. Pick this guy up yet. And of course, we're going to be coming back for more. The new Silver Wolf and the new deck set's supposed to come out next month. That's already on pre-order. Both of them are on pre-order. So we're going to be doing some more testing, and we will see you all in the next video.